It's because I splashed a group of 50 people. And they all say thank you
Oh,
after the splash.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I can sit here and see how dumb I am. Listen to my dumb questions.
It's okay.
When they initially get over the shock, there's actually a female playing.
I think I've had females in the stream before. You're not a complete abnormality.
uh,
Usually
oh
it's
yeah. Where am I? Where am I? Where are you?
I'm currently in the B corner. I'm notifying the Discord server of my stream.
Okay. I'm just getting game up. I'm just running around the whole mine at the moment.
Yeah, it's a small enough lobby. We probably don't need to lobby hop.
I'm not. I'm just curious where you went. So I can see
I'm
it.
gonna be heading over to the crypt here soon. We're gonna do some
Yeah, that's why
revenants.
I'm running around the crypt at the moment, just killing things because I'm bored.
Alright. I should have Abaphone contact. Yeah. So I have to do a T3 Revenant first. I tried to do that yesterday on stream, and I got popped.
Failed miserably.
I
Okay.
yeah, I got overconfident. I think if it wasn't derpy, I would have been able to kill it before the enrage phase. But when the chest plate turned red, it was all over.
Hmm. Fair enough.
All right, I got a mini right at the entrance of Crypt Cave.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Uh, I saw you up here earlier. Where are you at?
Oh, at the beginning. Yeah.
Hello. I'm
I
invisible,
don't
so
see
it's
it.
a little harder to see
Where
my
did you
name.
put it?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
speedy.
yeah.
I have max speed, so I'm up at the top here,
Hmm.
and then down into the cave.
Oh,
Where did you
what did
go?
I do?
Oh, Zaid, back here in the
Yeah.
cave.
It really ran away.
And then back here. This guy with
What
particles.
happened? Hmm.
Perfect. And now we officially start our count to 10. I'll try to spawn up at this starting area here, and then I'll
Yeah.
let you know if a mini spawns other than that. Getting a full set of end armor was definitely worth it yesterday, though, because now I can actually one tap
Kill things.
everything. Yeah.
Mm.
Usually I don't have to go for the equipment, but considering everything's double health, I figured it was worth getting the extra gear built up here.
Is this what it feels like for you when you're like on your normal account and just
Yeah.
having to wait for people to kill things?
Yeah, yeah. It's a very similar feeling there.
Fair enough.
Today you are the carrier.
It's a first time for everything.
Well, I appreciate the assistance. Oh, we got a mini down here. No way I'm gonna be able to kill this one.
Oh, you know you want
And you just one tap it. That's another experience there. It'd take me like
to.
200 hits to kill that thing.
Yeah. Yes, this thing is ADHD as hell.
Alright. If we wait until I get the quest started, there's a mini right away here. There we go. Oh, and another.
And another.
And that should spawn, yeah.
Stand still, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Rune. Because the scaling here is I'd have to do 10 of these T4 bosses, 50 T3s, or 200 T2 bosses in order to get my goal. So it's much better just to get the 10 carries off of a T4.
Yeah.
And this is also really good for combat leveling up. Oh, boss up top. It's a lot easier when it's not trying to strafe around your hits there. Ooh, high level mini.
Dead mini.
And that'll spawn.
Yeah.
That's a very nice and complacent boss there, just sitting there.
Mm.
Right, about 5 more to go.
I was just quite literally looking for lava remnants to do more lava fishing, and I was not being very successful in finding any. So.
Yeah. It's weird, because there should be a lot of people eager to fish during Derpy.
Yeah, but that means I'll have to, like, party with people I don't know.
Well, true, that is a little scary. I'll have a bit of time after the bingo stream if you're still around. We can do some lava fishing then. I still need to do hotspot fishing for bestiary.
Yep.
Usually my streams run about 3 to 4 hours in length, but sometimes shorter.
Fair enough.
Why does it feel like I'm getting additional XP? Oh,
Maybe?
it's the bingo pet.
Oh,
Bingo gives you extra Slayer XP. Got a mini down the stairs there.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo gives 13% more Slayer experience. Crazy. I might be able to skip a full boss.
Stay there.
3 foul flesh. Let's go. This will be helpful for one of the minions at some point.
Yeah.
Especially with Derpy, that's huge.
So how does Derpy affect bingo? Does it have an effect on it? I presume it would.
So, one of the goals is getting a skill average of 14. So you level up your skills much
Yeah.
faster. Derpy also affects the minions having double output. Every bingo has some minion collection task. It's just some bingo
Yeah.
players
Yeah.
are a little silly and then they do that task manually. Like string, I'm running minions for that, but you could easily spawn in arachnes.
Yeah.
And then as I was talking about earlier, it makes combat harder to do because everything has its health doubled. So I had to prep a
Yeah.
lot
That's what
more.
I was curious about. Yeah.
It was just the difference between getting a full set of end armor and a full set of end armor and equipment. This bingo's
Yep.
not really combat heavy, so that's good.
Good.
There was a little bit of dungeons that I had to do earlier last stream, but I got through that really quickly.
Oh.
He's jumping around. Yep, 2 more bosses and then we're done.
And how long does it normally take you to complete your bingo? Like,
My lowest time is 7 hours, but that's an abnormal, like it's an anomaly there. Usually, it takes me about 12 hours to do the bingos these days,
wow,
and I'm approaching doing 50 of them.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I have fun with it though.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
doubt how you do. You wouldn't do it if you didn't enjoy it.
I got a ghoul pet.
Oh,
I've never dropped one of those before. Not on a bingo. I've dropped a
yeah.
guardian, a rat, and a ghoul pet. It's a shame that this isn't one of those collect 12 pets bingos. Otherwise, I'd be on a roll.
Yeah, actually, I found got 2 pets earlier as well. Maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, they're dropping a bit at the minute
Yeah.
because I haven't been getting any pets dropped for a long time. Then all of a sudden today I've got like 2 legendary ones in a matter of 30 minutes.
Yeah, that is really good luck. I don't know which legendary pets you're referring to, but
I got a flying fish and a dolphin.
well, the dolphin gives you the pet after a certain amount of sea creatures killed. So
Yeah.
that's not really an RNG drop. It's more like a milestone, kind of like how rock pet is.
Hello, Mr. Champion. Bye, Mr. Champion.
Another champion down in the pit here, and this may spawn.
Chasing you around.
Yep, there we go. And that will be the final boss. Perfect. That's Zombie Slayer completed. Now, next up I have T6 Potion is just a minion task. 100k Oak Collection is a minion task, but I might do it manually. Craft any pet. We're going to be able to get that done soon. We're just waiting on the minions for that. String is minions. We have to do 200k carrots today and get a T11 minion, which means we'll have to do 600k carrots actually. We have to get the skill average up, but we'll probably get that off of alchemy. And then we have to spawn a golden goblin. So today's plan, we're going to farm carrots. We're going to guarantee getting a T11 minion today. And then if we have some spare time afterwards, we will do golden goblin hunting and see if we can get progress towards that. I do appreciate your help though, Zaid. Your little bit of a side quest
Anytime.
here. You're
It's
welcome to
fine.
stay for bingo commentary if you just want to fly on the wall or if you want to converse a little bit. Um,
Yeah,
I'm perfectly fine
I
with
mean,
that.
I'm always around just to chill.
Yeah. My way of doing solo commentary is I kind of just commentate on what I'm doing actively.
That's okay. You can do that, and I can ask really dumb questions because I don't play bingo.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I'm happy to answer questions.
I've attempted bingo a few times, and it didn't last very long.
Yeah, I would not recommend this bingo for newer players. It's very minion heavy, which is good for derpy, but having the double
Mm.
health mobs makes things really annoying in a lot of different ways. Alright, so these spiders here, every time that I go to my island, all of the spiders pile up in this big blob, and then none of my minions are able to reach any of the spiders. So I think an intimidation talisman is going to help out with that. It's going to prevent the mobs from wandering around as much. It's not going to be perfect. The best scenario here is that the island isn't loaded at all. But now if I have some of these spider minions spawn, yeah, they don't care about me anymore. So they'll just sit there and do their thing. Normally I make a minion container that forces all of the mobs to spawn on the same block, but with spiders having a bigger hitbox, it doesn't really work out that well. So I make this nice tunnel for spiders and slimes on bingo. Um, we got our eggs. I have this device. I built this off stream and had someone AFK the island for me. If you lead all of the chickens from these minions up here into this trap door above a hopper, you can then AFK on the island at that AFK pool that I made. And then the chickens will lay eggs feeding into this hopper system. Most people will have a chicken hat on bingo, but I find that that's effort, and I prefer to make my enchanted egg this way instead. So I'm going to throw this into here, and we're waiting on these minions to get the raw chicken collection required for the enchanted egg. So we're only 200 off. And then once they're done making the egg recipe there, I'm going to swap them out for more spider minions, and then I'll place down one oak minion as well. I want to get the spider collection done completely here. We are only 8,000 string collection into spider collection here, because I didn't collect this overnight like I should have. I should have collected it immediately when I woke up in the morning. So we're a little bit behind on our minion collections right now. That means that we're either going to have to do a little bit of manual string or a little bit of manual oak to get things done in a timely manner. And as painful as it is, I think that I prefer manual oak collection, because I don't want to be fighting double health arachnid today. Once we get 64 enchanted spider eyes, we're going to be able to craft a fermented spider eye, and that allows us to brew our tier 6 or higher potion. Another thing that I had someone do overnight for me is AFK and load the garden. Yuval was on the stream yesterday, and I loaded his garden after the stream, and then before he went to sleep, he said that he would take care of my garden. So let's validate here. That is a perfectly grown plot of carrots. With this replenish hoe, I'm hoping that one plot worth of carrots is enough. I might need to clear out a second plot, though. There's also this guy, Gold Forger. I'm gonna go get the golden carrots that I need to collect that Gold Forger, because it gives about 15 copper, which is absurdly high for the cheap cost that it is to fulfill his order there. And then I could save up some copper for equipment. I think it's 50 copper for the lowest tier equipment here. And then this will get me about 10 farming fortune for 50. Or, since I'm just going to be going for carrots, there's a crop upgrades section here. And for the 15 copper, I can get the same amount of fortune. But it's locked only to copper. So if you were just farming normally, you'd want to prioritize the equipment. But on bingo, you can focus on crop upgrades just to get the fortune you need. Another thing that I'm going to want to do is get armor specializing in farming fortune. So the first tier of the wheat armor set there, it's called farmer armor. And then the upgraded version is called farm armor. That first tier gives you about 5 farming fortune per piece. So it's worth wearing compared to some other miscellaneous armor set like end armor that we have on right now. There's no reforge that we really need to put on it. We could reforge it to light, which would give us extra speed, but we're not gonna need the speed as long as we're able to attend god splashes. And I've actually equipped the Bingo Brewers mod this time around, so we'll actually be able to see when splashes are. So I'm not able to do Skyblock right now. It threw me into timeout. That's unfortunate. I could relog. Let's try that. Nope. Couldn't find a Skyblock server. Zaid, I don't know where you're at, but if it's not the Bayou...
In the auction house at the moment.
Perfect.
You're fine.
Could you give me a warp, and then maybe I'll get in that way? Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Hi.
Thank
Bye.
you. I wanted to be in the hub anyways, because I need to get this armor. Alright, let me open up Stream Chat. I have a feeling that this might be a little loud. Let's adjust Minecraft volume. Bring it down by about half there. Because I'm actually speaking today, so we can have something besides the sounds of me playing the game. Chestplate, leggings, helmet, boots. And then I want to get one more wooden sword so that I can prep another spider here. At least later on. Alright. Carrot farming, and due to our full suit of farm armor here, I should be able to jump on the crops without trampling them. That helps us out as well. The good thing about not farming much of anything else on the garden is I'm not going to have to deal with pests for a little while longer. But I am going to hit Garden 5 eventually. And it's not going to be fun dealing with derpy double health pests. I shudder to think what would happen if I get to Garden level 6 and get a 1200 health earthworm that I have to chase around the garden 6 different times. So the goal is going to be to get all of my farming done as quick as possible within one session here. And our stopping point is not going to be the 200k carrots of the bingo goal. We're already Garden 5. That's very unfortunate. Instead, we're building up the carrot amounts that we have here and going for a T11 carrot minion. And because carrot drops are slightly more plentiful than other crop drops, it's a lot of carrots to upgrade carrot minion here. So that's going to be 24 enchanted golden carrots, plus another nearly 16 stacks on top of that of carrots that I need to fill out. No, we're going to be farming carrots for a little while here. Based on everything I've talked about so far, Zaid, do you have any questions or thoughts there?
I'm just hearing your voice and just not paying a lot of attention. You're talking about carrots.
Yes, I have to
A
farm
lot of
about
carrots.
600k carrots right now with my beginner bingo gear. And I'm kind of in a race against the pests on the garden because I just hit Garden 5. And the more pests I have to collect here, the worse it's going to be for me.
Ugh. Anyway, we had the discussion about pests earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, Jasper. Of course.
You're going to dislike them even more because they have double health right now, so they're even more annoying to pick up.
I don't want to know.
One of the things that I'd change about pests is I'd make their rewards scale off of health, and then I would make their health scale off of your garden level. So for somebody like me who just hit Garden 5, I wouldn't have to fight a pest that has 1200 health. Maybe I would want the pest to have 100 health, so that they're very easily collected by the vacuum, or maybe 200 health. And then as you level up your garden, you get access to more crops, more visitors that give you copper there, and you can upgrade your vacuum to do more damage, rather than starting at a disadvantage and working your way up. That's another thing that I talk about when I'm on the stream here is, how would I fix Skyblock based on what I'm experiencing? It's kind of why I like going back to the early game, because I never really had to worry about pests. Because by the time pests released, I was able to buy the max vacuum setup, and I was pretty much one-shotting pests in the first couple of days of the garden update coming out for them. But by going back to the early game like this, I kind of see where one of the pain points is, where having a pest with derpy double health, that's the worst. Is there anything in particular you were looking for on the auction house, Zaid?
I bought it. I am now putting gemstones in it.
What'd you get?
I sounded like that song. I want it. I bought it. I got some Mugma leggings because I obviously went up a fishing level.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
so I had to upgrade my leggings.
If you would like,
I want it.
I have leggings that I could have you borrow, or all of the lava
No,
fishing
I bought
set
them.
up.
I've got them. They're good. I've enchanted them. They're
Okay.
happy.
Okay.
Yep.
They have
I've
the ones that I collect have like god roll attributes on them. So
yeah.
if you want to get
I'm
something
a
that
strong,
has
independent woman.
Okay, I'll leave you to it then. I'll leave you to your own devices.
I will let you know.
Okay.
I always do.
I just wanted to let you know that that was an option, that I have like very high upgraded slug boots and stuff.
Well, the slug boots, I might take you up on actually. My slug boots are a bit shit.
Okay.
But my leggings are good. My leggings I'm happy with.
Okay.
The slug boots definitely take you up on that because I'm not spending another 20 mil on some boots that I'm probably going to use for a couple more levels.
And then you're gonna go to thunder armor and completely scrap the lava fishing armor that you're going for.
Yeah. I've got
Yeah.
to get the next one will be the lava fishing armor. What's that? Magma Lord or whatever that is.
Yeah. Most people use thunder as a stopgap before Magma Lord. So.
Don't know. I'll work it out when I get there.
Okay. Yeah. No rush.
Yeah. I need Magma Lord badly because I died of lava way too much than a person should.
Well, one of the things is maybe not stepping in the lava. That tends to help.
You would think. You would think so. Yeah.
I'm gonna put these carrots on the hot bar, give a nice little visual there. The next goal is gonna be getting 4 stacks of carrots. And then 8 stacks after that.
So how many people have you got watching your stream currently?
Yesterday, it was up to about 15 live viewers. That was one of my records there.
Wow.
But right now, we're currently sitting at 2.
Oh, hi.
Hello. So, the numbers tend to go up or down depending on what I put in my title and keywords there. I think not including Derpy this time around in the description might have been hampering my performance, because everyone's looking for Hypixel Skyblock Derpy.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah. But I've got a lot of VOD watchers that watch the stream after the fact, too. I ended last night with about 50 total views, and then it jumped up to nearly 100 by the start of the stream today.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So if you're a VOD watcher and you're here for the first time, you can be notified of future streams by pressing that subscribe button with the little bell icon, or you can join my Discord down in the description where I notify people of all streams that I do in the future. Hey, hello, Declan. Welcome to the stream. We're currently in the carrot farming section of the stream. Usually day 1 streams are where there's a lot of variety content going, where I go from task to task to task, and then day 2 and 3 are usually the more long-term tasks, where I'll have to sit down for longer periods of time. If you've got any questions about Skyblock, or about Bingo in particular, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, I will continue to carrot farm. I'm hoping that we have enough carrots in the farm here for me to replenish by the time I get to this end of the farm. It's looking like it might be a little too small. I wish that the carrots, or the crops in the garden, would regrow when you're offline. I understand why a person has to actively be there for the garden to plant initially, because it's taking the crops from your inventories to plant it. But, for example, if I wanted to go do something else in Skyblock while these crops regrow, I wish I was able to do that rather than having to sit in the garden and watch grass grow in the video game. It is a good opportunity, though. We can side quest and clean up these pests every time we get to the end of the plot. I do like what they've done with the garden in terms of moving this out of your direct private island. I think that they did a good job, and as annoying as the pests are, I think that they provide a little bit more of a break in the routine to just sitting there for hours on end farming whatever crop you're doing. Oh no. These pests, they're gonna give me so many crop milestones. And that means I get Garden 6 even faster.
Got this.
I'm fine with any pests that they give me, as long as the pest is not of the earthworm variety.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, aren't they?
So I'm gonna farm a little earlier here. I should clear visitors just in case we get another gold forger. Hey Batosh, welcome to the stream. Any updates on the Dante Revolution that you're hosting? No, I'm not giving that guy any carrots. I refuse. Another thing I gotta keep an eye on is if there's any visitor that comes with a rare item, like overgrow grass. I want to pick that up and transfer that to another profile. Declan, to answer your question from earlier, I think that bingo is worth doing just to get some of the tasks done. Like if we're looking here, you could easily get everything in this row done. These two rows are pretty easy. This column is pretty easy. The diagonal here gives you 10 points and it's pretty easy. But you can still avoid certain tasks that you don't want to do, like this foraging task here. Maybe you skip past that, or the golden goblins or the T11 minion are both pretty annoying. Carrots are going by pretty quickly though. I'm already up to 86k. So that's another row that you could do pretty easily. And this is all within about 5 hours of playtime is what it's taken me to get to this point. I've been carried by some people, like Zayd in the call here helped out with Slayer.
Oh, it's useful.
Yeah, you're very useful. So it might take you a little bit longer without carries to get to the same point that I'm at. But I think that doing bingo just to get some points, if we go to the bingo shop here, this item right here, the bingo relic, is nearly worth 2 billion coins. Or it's about 4.3 million coins per point that you're getting here. That's really worth a lot of money. if you think about doing just a little bit of bingo each month, you don't have to full card because it's. I would argue that full carding for making money isn't worth it, but doing partial cards just to get the money, and also working on these community goals because you get extra points based on your placement, that's worthwhile. The last update I received, and there's a lot of things happening to the Dante update. Well, last I was there, you were having a meeting, and your rival was starting a fish cult. And there were people visiting your island with fish hats on.
I love that.
Yeah, one of the viewers in chat here, Zaid, has a Dante group where they're trying to revive the giant slime that came into Skyblock office a while ago. They're wanting to have that person make a return. And then there's a rival faction that has like a fish cult or something going on. I'm not sure of the details. Maybe Batosh can add more information there.
So that's like there's an RP storyline going on in Hypixel Skyblock. I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
And then I'd say that Batosh right now is the biggest collector of Dante masks, the happy masks that you got from the Dante mayorship there. I think he has like over 200 actively displayed on his island right now, and many, many more in chests there. He tried to ban you. Like, is that a recent thing, or is that something that happened previously? Offered. Oh, so we're duping happy masks. So someone tried to get you banned by duplicating happy masks. Okay. Now, to give a little bit of credence to whoever was doing that there, yeah, that's concerning. But you can also get happy masks from a stash, I think. If you break a chest and then you retrieve whatever the item is from stash, I think that it dates the creation date from the stash there. So it is possible to get 2 hours old happy masks that way. Oh, we've reached one of our goals. It's time to put the carrots into place here. And now I'm going to do 4 up here. We're going to do 7 up here. And then when I start seeing enchanted carrots on my hotbar down here, and those fill up to a stack, we will know that we've gotten 8 stacks of enchanted carrots. No concerns about anything else, though. Another attempt that was clearly not normal. There's just so much warfare going on with this Dante group, it's really silly. Yeah, I can appreciate the, like, starting a rival thing up, or maybe doing some, like, psychological operation there within the context of we're starting 2 funny groups. But when you're, like, ratting people's accounts, I think that goes a little too far in towards toxic territory there, Batash. Yeah, I'm sorry that people had gotten attacked by that. That's really too far there. I mean, that's another thing that you have to be vigilant about when you put yourself out there as a more public figure. There tends to be more unscrupulous actors that come out of the woodwork to try and do things there. I've had a couple of people raid my streams before, and a lot of the times they're just kind of looking for attention or just looking for something to do. And kind of like what you were talking about with the people who were bothering your meeting when you came around there last time, the best thing that you can do is to just not engage with them. Yeah. That's good. Alright, we've unlocked the earthworm pest now. So the pain and suffering begins. It's about a 1 in 6 chance every time that I get a pest. Whether it's the earthworm or 5 out of 6 chance that it's not the earthworm. If I get a cricket, I know that I have one of them on the garden right now, but crickets are good because they give extra carrots. Hi, Zaid. Hi.
I'm trying to get back into global chat. I don't know how to.
Chat all.
Okay.
And you can do /chat and then whatever type of chat you want to go to. Party,
Yeah, I was
co-op,
doing
guild.
that, but I didn't know what the command was.
Well, happy I could help.
Thank you. I knew it was chat, but I didn't know the.
Well, you can also do shorthand like party chat like that, and then you can do all chat if you want to stay defaulted to party chat, and then you can do /AC message to do something in all chat temporarily there. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that I should stop getting people to possibly come to the island and donate to you there, Batash? You've got a funny name for it. Protocol 3. It's very ominous. Someone last stream told me that if you like the stream, then it will get pushed out to more people. So if you're a lurker, or if you're chatting like Batash is right now, and you're able to drop a like on the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. Getting more eyes on the stream is very helpful, and I've tried to make a couple of improvements this time around. First off, I've made improvements to my performance. I've tried to make it a little bit smoother in terms of my frame rate. I've uninstalled a couple of mods, and I've brought back the Bingo Brewers mod there. And the next thing that I did is I tried using noise suppression. So I hope that sounds good, and if there's any feedback anyone has, I can try adjusting the volumes to make something louder or quieter if anything sounds off still. The second highest security for donations. Alright. So is that a no-go when it comes to taking donations from people, or are you just going to be very scrutinizing of whoever's making the donation there? Yeah, you turned one code word that I was confused in asking a definition about into like three more code words there. So I'm gonna take your word for it that you're being very careful right now. Otherwise, we're gonna be here all night. You seem to have a lot of code words there. Well, that is a very far-flying cricket. Get back over here. Now we're hoping to drop enchanted golden carrots if possible. But even just a few bits of enchanted carrots go a long ways there. Wanna... Nah, I was gonna put the carrot collection widget on, but once you have a collection maxed out, it doesn't show overflow collection, so that's not gonna help us too much. We are only about 40k carrot collection away from reaching the bingo task there, though. But as we can see off of this carrot minion already, we're nearly at a carrot T9. It's worth pushing just a little bit further here to get T11 carrot. I wrote down in my guide that a cobblestone minion is good to go for, and in a lot of ways cobble is kind of mindless and a lot easier to do than carrot farming right now. But I think that chaining the carrots also, because there's a bingo goal here for harvesting crops, getting tiered XP towards that is helpful. Oh, that's smart. Okay. I also noticed when I gave you like an item donation, you were giving me auto recombobulated items. I take it that that's another thing you think gives a little less of a risk when you're doing direct trades with somebody. Did I see their video on it? I know that they did make a video on it, but I tend not to keep up with the YouTuber there making money-making methods. I think a lot of what they have, especially on their website, is very unreasonably inaccurate. There's a couple of money-making methods, like the glowing mushrooms, that they claim makes way more than it does. They still haven't updated, like, filling chum buckets. They claim that that makes millions of coins per hour, when they added a crafting recipe for chum here, where you could just put 10 chum above a bucket and get a full chum bucket. So I think that YouTuber's not the best source of information. Yeah. Oh, so your cobble method there, like you were using that long before it got exposed in the YouTuber. Okay. I mean, it's not that their method doesn't work. I think in the moment that they release it, it does, but they give people a lot of false hope when on their website they claim that you can kill hell wisps for millions of coins per hour, or something weird like killing the mushroom cows gives you a lot of money. Ever since they unsoulbound a lot of the nether items, flips like that have completely dried up, and they don't put in the due diligence to go back on their website and update things. Yeah. And I think that something like that makes a lot of money is good. It's good to have that. But it shouldn't be... Like, if you have the ability to make 300 million coins at peak when everything stars aligns there, makes you a lot of money, when the market is high, I think that that's fine, and you can make a video saying the market is high for coal prices right now. But after that video, advertising to people that you have a website that lists off every money-making method, and then not going back to fix those things, I think it's a little misleading. So I don't like that YouTuber because of that reason there. But I can appreciate the hustle and what they're doing. Definitely makes a lot of money. Yeah. Well, a good rule of thumb there is if you see a thing that is like widely publicized on a YouTube video and it doesn't break any of the Hypixel rules directly, then the admins are likely aware of it, and if so many people are doing it, they tend not to ban for that. But if you have like a secret method that you're gatekeeping and nobody else is doing it, then it becomes a little bit more risky to engage in whatever that thing is. And I don't think that they do this as much anymore, but they used to hand out game breakers for people who found really egregious bugs in the game. And then if you get a game breaker now, that can sell for really high billions of coins there. So it's a lot better to report something that you find rather than risk abusing it and getting your profile wiped there.
Oh, what is this?
What'd you find?
I don't know.
I'm intrigued now.
Something I've never seen before, but it's okay.
Okay.
It's good. It's fire.
Alright. We now have a T9 minion.
And it's above Y64. Thank you very much. And it's in the prosecutor remits. I'm in love. I'm so happy. I'm a fish. A queen.
So now it's gonna be up 11. Let's go. So yeah, if anybody in the chat here is doing bingo right now, there is a bug going around for Jacob contests where you have to do any level of participation. It says collect 20k Jacob tickets, but the scaling on this is not actually based on Jacob tickets collected. It's just contests participated in. So a gold medal, a bronze medal, and a participation in a contest all count towards this progress by 1. So if you see a farming contest going, you should just do 100 collection into that. And you can get a lot of bingo points that way really quickly. What is the easiest pet to craft? Well, to craft a pet, you will need an enchanted egg. There is no way going around that. You have to get an enchanted egg. But after that, the 3 easiest pets I would say to craft are the rabbit pet. I don't have rabbit collection, but it's only 100 raw rabbit to craft it. The Jerry pet doesn't require a collection. You just need to pick up 8 move Jerry eggs and surround an enchanted egg with that. And then another really easy one to go for pet collection there is the silverfish. You just mine up a little bit of enchanted cobble and you should be able to get that really quick. The librarian. That's not a dedication book. Yeah. I'd say that you're very discreet with things like that, Batosh, and I'm glad that you have connections to people that allow you to learn information like that. Not only is it important to keep things discreet when you promise to do so, but it's also important to have a wide array of connections when it comes to playing Skyblock here. There's many different aspects of the game which are very social. And by having connections with people, you'll be able to do those a lot easier. Be that getting some collection up really fast, having information on some money-making method, or I don't know, they might release more group content in the future, and then you'll have a group of people who you can play that with. I think that if something like a new Dungeons floor releases and they don't have a lot of direct ties to people having previous Catacombs level or previous Catacombs gear, if you're able to start fresh in Dungeons and get on the ground floor, you can make so much money in the early game of whatever, like in the early days of whatever update releases these days. And a future dungeon would make so much money. The YouTuber era has begun. I mean, I'd say that we've been having YouTubers for a while now. And on Hypixel, the YouTuber scene is kind of dying out. For the longest time, we have had some sort of YouTuber mascot to kind of rally around. Someone who embodied a lot of Hypixel or Skyblock content in general. And then most of those content creators that made content on Skyblock have been burnt out over the years. The updates that they release aren't really friendly or conducive to making a YouTube content around. And I think a lot of people, after playing this game for as long as it's been out for, they struggle to find things to make content on. I see. Yeah, you've been making a lot of moves to get recognized by content creators there. I have a couple of YouTubers on my friends list as well. What's crazy though is that those people who don't upload YouTube videos, they still have the YouTube rank itself. Like Ice Blades 11 has been far away from Hypixel for many years now, but I still have him on my friends list, and he still has a red name.
Sorry.
It's okay, Zed. Everything okay?
Yeah. I found the perfect lava pool, and I was building my little hut so the things don't get away, and connection lost.
Do you have any of the usernames of the people that were in that lobby? If the day count was low enough, you might be able to get worked back in.
No, I don't pay attention to any of that.
Well, like if there's text on the screen of someone talking, what I've done in the past is I've partied those people and I've been like, hey, could I get a warp back into that lobby, please? And usually people are pretty nice. I don't know if you have one of those mods, though, that allows you to retain chat after you get disconnected.
No.
Hmm.
So sad.
Was there something in particular you were looking for?
No, it just took me so long to find a place. Anyway. Oh, good.
Okay. Well, I'd be happy to do a little bit of hunting for you later on if you want to get another lobby after the stream. I can get you whatever lava, water lobby you need for Crystal Hollows fishing.
We'll have a think about it.
Okay.
Having an internal tantrum at the moment. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it takes so long. Just harvest these pests up. Alright, so the goal, as we can see right here, is 16 stacks of enchanted carrots. And then that'll get me the T10 minion. After we get done with that, we're about halfway through the carrot collection for today. And then we'll have to get 32 stacks of enchanted carrots. But I've had enough of carrot farming, so once we get these stacks filled out here, and then one more on our hotbar, I'm going to pivot over to possibly getting the pet goal out of the way, and then doing a little bit more mining commissions so that we can get our Heart of the Mountain 4 level. We should also be able to do the experimentation table one more time today. Not that that really gets us anything other than skill average, but we can do it. And our skill average is really close to 14, so we're going to be done with this goal tonight. That might be a tomorrow after collecting some minions, getting the T6 potion. And then it'll just be minion goals. We are so close to being done with bingo on a day 2. It's not quite going to be a 7-hour, but it's going to be close to the lower end of things this time around. And that's even with me doing some extraneous side tasks. Like, I don't think I needed to go for all of the pieces of end armor. I probably could have gotten away with half the equipment pieces and then filled in the remaining 2 with the angler equipment, now that you can get that for free in the hub. Because getting the ender cloak and ender belt yesterday took so long. Well, I'm sure that if you see a YouTuber and you swarm the lobby, that's going to get their attention really quickly there. Oh, another farming contest is going right now. Another wart potato and sugarcane. I wonder what kind of pest I have on the garden right now. A fly, again. Seems to be all I'm getting these days.
Story of my life.
We're currently sitting on 250k carrots. We need about 600k. It's over 600k, but we'll be close to about halfway here soon.
That's an awful lot of carrots.
Well, it's a T11 minion. And normally you would
He's gonna
go...
have really, really good eyesight.
Oh yeah, this minion has the best of eyesight. Although, I don't know. The minion might have, like, a health condition, because smacking a bunch of enchanted carrots together gives you something called a carrot candy. And there's no other ingredient in a carrot candy aside from carrots, so... They might be chock full of sugar.
Maybe. gonna mute for a minute. I will be back in a little sec.
Alright. Bye-bye. This is one of those moments where you do the same thing over and over again, and eventually I'm forgetting what the task at hand is. I don't even know why I'm farming carrots anymore, I'm just doing it mindlessly. Outside of a collection goal, I would say that the best thing that you can do would be just farm cobblestone, get the cobblestone minion. The carrot minion's a little far out of the way, but considering you needed to farm about this many carrots already just to get the minion, it's worth going and doing that extra bit of farming for. Just getting the actual thing set up there. I'm gonna collect this gold forger. That's gonna give me enough copper to upgrade the carrot fortune one more time. So I'm gonna go over to Alchemist here and buy the golden carrots. Oh. Well, you definitely positioned yourself like you were the leader of the group there, Batash. I'm surprised to hear that you weren't. There we go. 15 more copper, and if we go to crop upgrades carrot... Oh, it's 20 copper, actually. Unfortunate for us, I guess. That's too many carrots and too many potato. Yeah, no. Were you leader by the time that we met? Because I think by the time that we started talking, you had already neutralized your rival there. They had already left the game. Sure, go for it. I've got carrot farming purgatory right now, so I'm happy to hear your story of becoming leader of your faction on the server right now. Too many coins, let's just put that away. I'm gonna put the enchanted carrots here. Can you put these in a personal compactor, actually? You can. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those bingo mementos that I put in a chest later. The T11 carrot minion. Funny, we've only been live for less than an hour, or a little over an hour now. Feels like it's been much longer than that. But the good news is that means that the carrot farming is actually going to be something we get done really quick here. Because we only need to, once we get this done, double our carrot output. And then we will have everything that we need. Messages weren't shown in chat. Yeah, that's a... Maybe it was too long and it got filtered out for spam by YouTube. I don't have any, like, Nightbot or anything. No. No. The bean. The nightmare bean. No. I'm just gonna harvest the other pest and pretend that the bean doesn't exist. Until I actually have to contend with it, it doesn't exist. It's not there. Oh. I see. So there actually is a reason why people do that on YouTube, to suppress themselves there. Let's go harvest this fly. And then we pretend that Nightmare Bean does not exist. If it doesn't exist, it can't hurt us. And I guess one of the benefits of having a higher garden level is crops will respawn faster. So there's less downtime when cycling between the plots here. That's me refreshing chat to see if I could see any of Batash's messages. I feel like I'm getting fragments of them. I got the so naturally you went to see if any of the groups existed you could join. Because you wanted to bring back Dante, and you wanted to see if there are any groups that you could join. And that's as far as we got. You did find one. That's the one that you were a part of here, but you weren't the leader of that group initially. The good thing about carrots compared to other crops is I'm actually getting multiple enchanted carrots per row here. Looks to be 3 or no, even more than that, about 4 per row. Yeah. 4 to 5 per row. So it's actually going at a decent pace here. It just feels a lot slower because we're at the point of needing enchanted golden carrots to upgrade our minion. But considering that we are nearly done here, I'm going to harvest this locust a little premature because I want to get the potato contest participation. Okay, that is very far. There we go. And that's not going to have us top rank in a potato contest by any means, but we at least get one contribution to the community goal there. I think that the commas there, Hypixel does this too, where if you try to have things comma delimited in the list, it thinks that you're trying to advertise. So maybe try without comma. Or maybe it is just the numbers at the end of... Yeah, maybe it is just the numbers at the end of names there that is an issue as well. We're about 4 stacks of enchanted carrots away from being done. And then we'll have a T10 carrot minion. And we'll save the grind for T11 until after we do other things today. Just kind of break up the content here into separate parts. Because my mind is gonna shut off if I have to keep doing this carrot farming for double the amount of time that I've already done it. Welcome back, Zid.
Yeah, we're back for a little bit. I'll just be quiet.
Okay. But yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, the general setup of these streams is the first stream has a lot of variety content, and they're usually the most popular of all of my bingo streams because I'm just going around and I'm doing so many different things. And then this is kind of like a hangout session where I engage with chat more, or I go on tangents about different things because I have to do something for like hours at a time. So is the way of an MMO game. You have to grind eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lore on this guy in the chat, Batosh, is going to be the leader of the Republic of Dante. And he's given his origin
I just had
story
to
there.
Google what Dante was because that was before my time, I think.
Yeah.
And I had never seen it before, so I just Googled it. The question I have about the whole Dante thing, because it's why would you want that back?
Well, Dante
Like, what was
provided...
the perk?
Hmm?
Not much for what I read.
Well, there was a lot of things that people would see as negatives that were happening during Dante's rule, actually. But when you think about it, Dante provided the content that helped bring a lot of the YouTubers at the time back to Skyblock and helped them form a united front. I think from the content perspective, bringing Dante back would be really good, regardless of the effects to the economy or to the player base as a whole. That'd be for whatever the return of Dante, how they would make that different from before, or maybe they just keep everything the same as before. Maybe there's something along the lines of like Dante returns as a character of some kind, maybe not as a mayoral candidate, but maybe as uh, someone in lore, for example. I think one of the forums posts that they had teased one of the historical islands of Skyblock. If you go and you deep dive the lore there was a reference to the lore of Skyblock, and maybe Dante is somehow connected to a part of that lore. Who knows? I like the little tidbits of the game where, like, if you place an inflatable Jerry down in the final phase of Master Mode 7, the husks, they have a hologram above their head that says, Jerry, run! Like, they're afraid of Jerry for some reason. What's the story behind that? Why are, like, high-level dungeon mobs scared of Jerry?
True.
And I think that there's a lot of lore potential there, because Dante itself was live narrative there. So, is there some way that we could continue to have a narrative or expand upon that narrative in the future with Dante? And I think that's the best way that they could bring Dante back. Not as another mayoral candidate, but as something you can interact with in the game. And I mean, some people are also fans of anti-heroes or villains there, and even if Dante has what some would consider negative qualities about them, I think that there's plenty of people that root for the bad guy that dismantles whatever the system is there. It would be funny if Dante came back and, like, detained people that mentioned that they were lowballing in the hubs in order to clean up chat. I mean, there's plenty of opportunity, even if it's just for like an April Fool's situation there. They could bring back Dante or have another event similar to Dante just as one of those April Fool's pranks. But I think that Skyblock needs more, hey, what is this? What's going on? And I think that they should give out like a memento item for being there, and maybe some slight buffs like open this thing and get skill XP or get a little bit of coins. I don't think that they should bring back a limited time event talisman, and I think it's too much dev work to add features that players specifically request into the game, like the rats, or there were a couple of other things that came from the Dante and Resistance storyline there. I think that if they just made an event that had purely story attached to it, that would go over with the player base a lot better compared to whatever the honk and seek event was supposed to be, where you're collecting 7 random items that serve no purpose. Alright, I am... Do not add that person on Discord. I'm not at a moderation position to delete that message from chat, but it won't be saved in the live stream VOD anyways. Do not click on that or join whoever that is. If they wanted to reach out to me, I have my Discord linked in the description there, and they could reach out to me through that rather than doing what is likely chatbot spam in my chat. Alright, so we are about 1 enchanted golden carrot over right now. We did a little bit of extra credit there. I'm going to set aside all of my carrots for now. Oh, we have a gold forger. Let's go claim that. And then we're going to do a lot of the side quest and daily stuff. Warp garden. Alright, while I have potions, one of the things that I should do is a little bit of alchemy there. That's going to get my skill level up. So if I go here, and I buy, let's do 6 brewing stands. That's way too much nether wart. And there we go, a bunch of water bottles. Just gonna put these around the back here. Still gonna need to go back to hub to get some more. But for now, this will do. Might even be able to stop here with this amount. Yep, there we go. Skill average. I'm just gonna sell this remaining sugar. Or no, I'll keep it in my backpack in case I get a librarian villager that has something really good that I want. And then take out the pickaxe here, break all but one of these, and then get that prepped and ready for brewing. Mines. Gone with the Wind is good. It's going to help us get progression towards these mining commissions. Although, my go-to is just going to be to throw the Picopulus whenever I can. Get Mithril Miner done that way. Well, it's nice to have your power voluntarily given to you, rather than something where you have to make your own thing from scratch. And I'm definitely familiar with the concept there of this involuntarily, like, surprise, you're the leader now kind of position there. That's actually how I came into ownership of my guild here. It was not something where I actively sought out the leader position, but then it just happened. Alright, we're gonna scrunch this lobby, see if I can find any titanium here. Don't know if this person wants their titanium. Can I... Hello? I don't think that they care. So I'll help you. I'm helping you by stealing your titanium. I'm getting it out of your way. I don't have much invested into the titanium insanium right now. But that did give me one full titanium, so I guess I'm not that far behind. Oh, and there's some titanium down here. You good, Zaid?
Yeah, just got someone chasing me around in the Dwarven mines at the moment for no apparent reason. They just stand there and watch me, and then I move, and then they come back and watch me again.
Interesting. So they're observing you. They're...
Yeah. I'm like, quick run. They're a bingo player, so I can like literally run away with them with all my buffs on. So I'm just like, bye.
Hey, some of these bingo players like me, they come out with the god potions and they're just able to go everywhere super fast. You gotta watch out. Yay, a golden goblin, but unfortunately that's not the kind of golden goblin that I need. I need to spawn one from an egg.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. So even if I get them from mining naturally, they don't count. They used to, but then they changed it so it has to be from an egg, and I don't understand why that reason in particular there.
Make it harder, I guess.
I guess. And there's multiple avenues you can still do to complete the spawning one from an egg. You could Crystal Hollow's chest hunt, you could kill goblins for goblin eggs there. Last bingo I did killing for goblin eggs. You know what? I just realized I think we've had the same task 3 bingos in a row here, and I'm kind of sick of it. I don't want to spawn a golden goblin anymore. Because they fixed it a couple of bingos ago.
Mm.
Alright. New talisman goes into the bag. 250 upper mines mithril ore. And for Heart of the Mountain progress, we are... Yeah, that's definitely going to be something that we do tomorrow after that reset there. Because we want to go for this Sky Mall perk here. But we need Heart of the Mountain 4 to be able to get up. Upper Mines Mithril is a little convenient for us. We can just throw our pickaxe there and get a decent bit of progress. And then since it's also gone with the wind, we can go up to this vein up here and angle ourselves properly and get the additional speed boost. I imagine you're definitely using catalysts over Derpy then, Batosh, for your slime collection goals. Do you have someone who's able to magma cube for you to increase the speed of your minions? Because if not, I can offer my services there if I'm just not doing anything in particular. How is it a bit of an issue there? Yeah. I'm not going to be able to give you a lot of AFK coverage, but if you'd like, I can go to the island with my maxed out magma cube pet there. Especially over Derpy, I know that that's helpful because of the minion productivity bonus there. Jump up. Gone with the Wind is actually really good for early game mining because the mining speed you get is way better than any of your alternatives there. It's a shame that I can't easily get the emissary contacts on the Abathon. Would make it a lot easier if I had it. Royal Mines. Although, yeah, I'm not getting the bonus anymore, so this is just me stacking ahead of time for tomorrow. We can see that I need about 7k more Heart of the Mountain XP. But since Bingo Pet gives me a huge amount more, 232% more Heart of the Mountain XP, I shouldn't have to worry too much about getting that maxed out. Another Golden Goblin. My luck is crazy. It's just rubbing it in. Angle with the wind. There we go. Let's also take this time to dump my one upgrade into mining speed. Very valuable. Happy that I did that. And we can also cancel the titanium insanium there. Fair enough. Although I think that an exception could be made to run catalysts during Derpy. With the inherent double minion output and everything. So, other than mining and getting commissions done for the day, if we're taking a look here, we're going to want to get the pet crafted. That's another thing that we stepped aside to do here. And we're going to want to place down some more spider minions and possibly upgrade them. We're probably going to save everything Golden Goblin related for tomorrow's stream. So we're going to get pet done today. String hasn't really moved too much there. Oak. We should place down one oak minion today and see how that goes. Potion's going to be tomorrow. And we're just going to go back to carrot farming tonight. And then tomorrow's goals, I could probably do a bit of manual foraging or arachne. Either of those are good. And then, given how much progress we've made towards minion here, I'm actually curious how close are we to getting our 12th minion slot? Because I could do a bit of foraging to get that set up and ready to go. Hey, Quario. Nope, nothing new in bingo. This time we have Derpy, though. That's pretty good. Bingo so far is going good. I just took a look at the card. We're nearly done day 2. We have a couple of major tasks like Golden Goblin again. There was a streak of something like 7 bingos in a row where they had us do a T11 minion back in the day. And it really burned a lot of people out of bingo. The new modern equivalent of that is let's have spawn a Golden Goblin from the egg in every single card. So that's currently what I'm going through. Yeah, Derpy had me get a full set of end armor this time, as well as the end equipment. Normally, I'm happy just getting the full set of end armor, gauntlet, and necklace, but I went for the full set this time around. And that helped me do a lot of the other combat things, like there was a Slayer tier 5. And getting increased skill levels is really good. It's a shame that we didn't have any skill-related task other than get skill average 14, which is really easy to do. I would have loved to actually have to skill grind during Derpy on a bingo. I think that would have been much more enjoyable. And then a couple of our collection goals, I mean, Oak wood collection is something you can do off of minions. You don't have to manually do it. And then Arachne is actually harder to do this time around if you want to go for manual string collection. Any new fun goals added? No. No new fun goals added. It's all just a lot of what we've seen before. The collection this time around is Carrot, so that's pretty easy to do. And then one of the odd things that we're doing is getting a T11 Carrot minion, because you already have to get 200k carrots, so you get all the way up to about a T9 Carrot minion off of the required collection for bingo. So just going off of a T11, you can get these two. Because wheat, now that they've changed how the wheat minion recipe works to include the standard amount of resources there, it's no longer easier to craft a wheat minion compared to other types of minions. How dare you? No, no, you ruined it. It's okay, I already got my Royal Mines Mithril, but this guy... Yeah, Golden Dante statue is pretty good. Another interesting thing that you can do with the Ditto Skull or Ditto Skin is you can copy other people's skins onto your island. You can get like a custom Dante statue, as long as the person who you're copying wears a Dante skin. And then if you get a skull, what this does is it allows you to copy a player head of another player, and then you could wear it like a mask. Get your own custom happy mask there to go with your rising, setting sun armor set. Now that being said, I'm not going to claim that commission until tomorrow, and then that's when we can start actually working on Golden Goblin. There should be a splash soon, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. Minions. Yeah, so we need about 9 more minions for the minion slot here. And there's a couple of minions that we haven't even started doing yet, like the zombie minion. You have all the stuff from here. I think I might have manually sold all of the rotten flesh that I got, actually. That's a bit unfortunate. We'll upgrade the iron minion. We'll make a zombie minion. I want to get enough mithril here to upgrade the mithril minion once more. That shouldn't take too long. Because I want to get the 1 extra minion slot today to make up for the minions that I wasn't collecting offline between streams. There we go. And that is 16. I've decided that I'm not going to go and upgrade that minion. Because I think I need 24 enchanted to upgrade it. That's too much effort. Should be able to do endstone as well. Not going to do obsidian though. Warp end. And then the iron minion in the hub here. And then I should be able to do zombie and skeleton. And then I'll make a cave spider minion with the spider eyes here. I just don't want to use too many of them. Let's get the cleaver out. Clean up the mess of spider minions on top of here. Makes them a little easier to access. I'm going to upgrade these spider minions since we're going to be replacing the chicken minions with them soon. And then the next spider minion here. Oh, that's not good. We have enchanted spider eyes set to compact. I wanted to have those separate. There we go, 12th minion slot unlocked. I'm going to take out the oak minion here. I'm going to have to do a bit of foraging. Alright, and we can go to the hub and forage to upgrade that. Put these away temporarily. Shouldn't need shovel anymore. I will need the axe here in a second. Won't ever want to get the cave spider out though. This can go back into iron. We're done mining for today. Alright, enchanted egg acquired.
I'm gonna jump out of AC for a while. Nice chatting. Have a good one.
You too, Zaid. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright, and this should be all of the things here. I could have just upgraded the chicken minions, honestly. I'm hoping, I think that the upgrade is something like this, or that, this, recipe, feather. I thought that I did that. Oh, but I need feather collection for it. How close am I? Not close enough to care. So we'll just stick with the feather talisman on Bingo. I thought that I was being smart for a second. Alright, enchanted egg acquired, and now temporarily set up a chest here next to Jerry, and then we have to move him 8 times. Yeah. I do think that they make major changes to the game, but I think that the players don't appreciate the wider sweeping changes that get done to certain aspects of the game, and the admins don't get credit for that. For example, if something comes and revamps the collections and how easy or hard it is to get certain collection items, that might not be apparent to players that already have maxed out collections, but it acts as a easier on-ramp for newer players who are trying to play the game for the first time. And I think that's the target audience that we need to focus on a lot more, is how can we replace the players who have left Skyblock? It's just as much about retaining the existing player base as it is allowing newer players to have an easier time. Because people are going to leave for whatever reason. Like, if I have to go and if I get, like, stuck in a 2-3 hour commute to work and I work a 9 to 5, I'm not going to be playing Skyblock as much as I am right now. And I won't be, even if I'm high ranked in the total leaderboard of Skyblock players, I'd be quitting the game, and then I wouldn't be showing up as much anymore. And we have to make the game appealing and get another player who is the equivalent of me to come in and to step up and to populate the game. And it's about appealing to both the casual player base there and what would be the more grindy, I'm going to complete every aspect of the game kind of MMO player there. We want a little bit of both. Because the economy only functions if I have somebody that I can sell those duplicate drops to. It relies entirely off of demand. I don't need my 10th handle, but I'm relying on the fact that I can sell somebody else my handle so that I can profit from doing dungeon runs. Otherwise, it becomes significantly less exciting to get that rare drop. Take Blaze Slayer, for example. Not a lot of people need the Wilson's engineering plans, so even though that's the equivalent of like one of the rarest drops, the Wilson engineering plans here go for 2 million coins on bin. And that's because its only use is to make the SOS flare. And the cost of the SOS flare is the materials to craft it, not necessarily the rare drop component which makes it. And Blaze Slayer thankfully has a demand in the other area, which is people running Inferno minions and needing the Gabagool distillates, and also the dice that people like to roll for funny RNG. But if you take away the player base who is going to be buying even the lower tier items of things, it makes it a lot harder to stick around as someone in the later game player base. I'm actually going to stick around and get 8 more enchanted oak wood here, so that I can upgrade that oak minion to be a little faster. And then I'm going to go hunt some cheese, because I just placed down a bunch more minions, and I want to fuel them up so that they're running at maximum efficiency. If we take a look at the current numbers here, we just collected our spider minions. We went from 8.5k to about 11.5. So that's about 3,000 every few hours. Maybe about 1,000 string per hour. That's fine. And we're going to upgrade the spider minions to make them even faster with more and more strings, so I think that's good. That's true. Like, it's really hard to retain one single player forever. And I think that you're making massive strides towards your goal there of at least bringing popularity back to Dante. Because a lot of people, they see the event happening and, like, it's already done in their minds. But if you're able to inspire people to consider a return of Dante, then maybe it will actually happen. One of the things that I've seen about the admins is if a movement catches on enough, they're likely to play into it. And you might see some sort of content created surrounding that. They appreciate feedback, but they also appreciate ideas that get people excited. So if you're able to accomplish that with your group of people, have YouTubers popularize it a little bit more, then maybe that's something where you can see some actionable change there. Because I get that it'd be frustrated. Like, you'd be frustrated devoting a ton of time into a cause, and then it feels like you're not really getting anywhere. Yeah. Upgrade the minion and place down the new chest there. Alright. So now we have crafted a pet. We're down to the last 5 goals on the bingo. These 3 are minion based. This is manually farming. We're going to get that done today. And then this is something we'll work on tomorrow. In addition to maybe doing one of these goals a little bit manually. Maybe doing a foray into doing string collection or doing a little bit of oak collection. But with Derpy and the progress that I've made so far, I think that it'd be fine if I were to sit down and just leave both of these collections to minions. I don't think I have to do a ton of manual grinding. That being said, the 2 goals that we have left to actively grind, the carrot minion and the golden goblin egg, there's no guarantee that those are going to come easy. As I said earlier, we're going to go grind some cheese. So we go to a small hub, and then I'm going to check to see in this corner, over here, or in here. It's hiding in the cauldron today. Hiding some cheese. We're not going to need too much. It's going to be about 48 total cheese that I need to go for, rather than stacks like I was doing the other day. Around the back. Here. Oh. That's an odd place to be hiding. And then this one pretty consistently hides in the lilac there. And then down we go. No Yuval today. Yuval said that they were going to be quite busy. But I hope that they got the progress that they were looking for done on their bingo. Another small hub. It might be clear of all rodents. I'm gonna check right by the community center as well. If both of these spots are missing, then yeah, it's likely that there hasn't been a spawn in this lobby, or people already went through and killed. I'm gonna check right in front of the community center. Rather than going all the way over to the carrot cave, this is probably quicker. There we go. Oh, look at you. And we are getting really close to being done here. And there we go. That should cover all 4 of the new minions that we have placed down here. It's going to be these 3 spider minions, and then this foraging minion out here. Alright. Both of these can go. Take out the carrots, and we're going to want to buy enchanted carrots from the hub as well. Both from here. Getting a bunch of these. You know, I can just completely load up in case we get a gold forger. I'm gonna throw these in this stage here. And then the farm merchant here, we can buy out their entire stock of carrots. Not that it really gets us a ton. Farewell, Batash. Thank you for joining the stream. The librarian. Nope. No thank you. Alright. So, what we are going for now, and this is it is the final thing that we need to do on the stream, is go for carrots. And we want to go until this enchanted golden carrot number here reaches 16. It's farming about as many carrots as we've farmed at this point already. So, we're reaching almost about 700k total carrots. Unfortunate, I actually have to address the pests in this plot. I don't want to. I want to pretend that they don't exist. Interesting. I thought that I was going to have to re-damage the earthworm every like 200 HP. But it looks like they accounted for that with Derpy and they made the earthworm a little bit less annoying. I noticed that I trampled one of the crops here. Multiple of the crops. Any other crops I trampled? That looks to be all of them. Cricket is good. Gives us some enchanted carrots. That's really good. If we can get a bronze medal during this, that actually gives us a turbo carrot book. Makes our job a little easier. So yeah, the stream is now carrot farming. That's what we're left with. The good news is this is probably the worst grind that there's going to be on the bingo. Is getting this T11 minion. Because as much as I hate on Golden Goblin, and rightfully so, it took me ages to get that on the last one. Golden Goblin at least is something that'll get done a little sooner. And I said I would pretend that it doesn't exist, but if it's only going to take me 3 tries to kill this earthworm, I'm fine with that. I've experienced worse. And it actually gets my garden leveled up a little bit more. Not that we're really increasing levels by farming the one singular crop here, but we'll take it. Oh, and I do have enough copper to go for the crop upgrade now. Anything to get marginally more fortune. And after all of that, we are at about 1 more additional golden carrot. Yippee! Another way of thinking it is each golden carrot is worth 2 stacks of regular enchanted carrots. So we only need about 28 more stacks of enchanted carrots. Which sounds like a lot, but we're getting about 4 items per row. So that means it's about 16 rows to get a stack. It's going to go by pretty quick. It took a little over an hour, I think, to get the carrots done the first time around. And we've done so much. So just wrapping up the carrots here and then calling it a stream there should be fine. If anyone has anything else that they would like to discuss or if they have questions on, feel free to leave that in the chat below there. I am going to want to get hub splash, yes. That would be important. Yeah, I just barely got in here. Holy. I actually haven't really thought of which potion to do. I'm pretty sure weakness works. Oh, we got a double splash there, so that's very easy. Do I? Because I'm pretty sure if I go No, it's going to be under recipe book, alchemy recipes, weakness potion, T6. Yeah, no, it's just the fermented spider eye. And to get the fermented spider eye under our combat collections here, it's just getting 10k enchanted, or 10k spider eyes, and then getting a stack of enchanted here, along with these other basic resources that are going to be really easy to procure. So a T6 weakness is definitely in the cards really easily for us tomorrow. Warp Garden. We return. F5 farming moment. You get to see a more elevated view of how I farm. This is how I insist on doing the Void Gloom boss, because I get a better field of view here when I'm doing RCM. I could not imagine trying to melee something in the third-person perspective like this, though. But it works good when I just have to hit in the general area of certain mobs. I find this to be enjoyable. I'm going to need to take a water break here. It's important that we hydrate. If you're a VOD watcher, consider getting something to drink as well. You've made it this far into the stream. Take care of yourself. I think once I get up to 4 enchanted golden carrots, I'm going to hydrate, and then I'll be back shortly afterwards there. But my water is chilling. It's cold in a fridge right now, and unfortunately that fridge is not in my room like a mini fridge. I'm going to have to actually walk and go get it. So that'll be like a couple minutes of delay there. I need to have like lobby music when I leave. Like, please hold. But like less annoying. It needs to be like really snazzy and enjoyable to listen to. You can't really put links in the comment section, but if you're a VOD watcher and if you have any good ideas for copyright-free songs, typically it's like video game music. Do you have any good examples of that that would be before stream or when I go to take breaks? Feel free to drop the song names in the comment section and I'll take a look at them. I'm going to be doing the hunt regardless though, so don't feel obligated to give me any song recommendations. We are getting a lot of coins. I have an Iron Man profile where I tend to transfer a lot of the rare items that I get nowadays. So I actually put them to use there on that profile. Like if I got an overgrown grass, I'd probably transfer it there rather than my main. That way I don't have to grind an overgrown grass on the bingo or on the Iron Man. Silver bracket? I was not expecting that. I brought that up though because I'm questioning here whether or not I should transfer over the carrot minion. I think I'm going to just put it on my main as a memento. You really don't run farming minions for the most part, unless it's a melon minion. So, I don't think a carrot minion would do us much good on on the Iron Man there. But stuff like the coins, I can buy Dragon Hunter books, and then we can transfer them over so that when we eventually get a Terminator on that profile, I have the Dragon Hunter books ready to go. Alright. Once I get to the end of these two rows here, I'm going to go take my hydration break. Alright, and we should get silver in the contest. I'll be back. That's crazy. And I appreciate all of you for sticking around, having 9 viewers on a Be Right Back screen. So yeah, we definitely got silver. Not that that really gives us any more significant upgrades over just getting a bronze, but I'm gonna go put that extra carrot fortune on my hoe there, because that's pretty important. Alright, Jacob. Alright, let's bulk claim all of these things. A silver medal. Does this get us anything at a Nita shop? I don't think so. No. Yeah, because even Delicate needs 2 of those. We could push for the Anita Talisman, but I don't think that that's really needed. None of these really stand out as useful items for us right now. I know that I sold a Jacob ticket earlier, but I'm going to set those aside and then possibly transfer them over to the Iron Man profile. It's not much of a time save, but I think that it helps us out. Just having as many Jacob tickets as possible without having to actually go to contests. Alright, and there's not a lesser form of farming fortune, because there's a lesser form of the foraging one that I'd be able to use. But to use blessed here, I need mining 25, which it's close, but it's definitely not happening. It's a little ways off. So we'll leave that be for now, and we'll just go back to carrot farming with our slightly improved fortune. Now up to 247. Let's go. And we can harvest some pests as well. Oh no. Not the bean. The bean really isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought I would have to fight this thing much more than I am actually going through right now. I think it used to be really bad, and then they bug fixed it, and then I haven't really processed that it's not as bad as it was before. Interesting. Maybe I should be keeping an eye on these pest vinyls as well. Those might be good to transfer over to the Iron Man profile. Just getting all of the things. Not that it really helps the garden level too much. I would have to hyper-focus some of these crops rather than just relying on pest ropes to get them up higher. Otherwise our garden's just going to remain at the garden level 6 that it's currently stagnant at. Or visitors is another way that I could get the garden level up a lot higher. Because as nice and varied as getting all of these different pest types is, I'm not getting much each time that I level them up. Alright, we're about to get our 5th golden carrot now. That's 5 out of 16. About a third of the way done. And considering we had 1 golden carrot when we started, we've done about a quarter of the work that needs to get done since we started carrot farming. Oh. I take my mind off of the game for a little bit, and suddenly I'm in a carrot lane that I've already harvested. Technically, I think if I ever have to do this again, I want to look into optimizing the... Like, I can break down the barriers here, and then stand in the water while farming. And then I don't have to rely on God Potion as much. And then I can also go for... what would be the most effective way to break, like, crops broken per second. Because right now this single lane strat is not the most effective way that I could be doing things. There's better ways to farm, and this is not it. But we're already so close to being done that I might as well just keep doing what I'm doing here. Don't want to reinvent the wheel. But that's definitely something I could test off stream and figure out what the optimal strategy is for farming. Or if I'm being realistic, I won't do that, and I will just hope that I don't have to go for a T11 farming minion ever again. It's odd, because I don't think I'd do a T11 version of any of these minions. Not normally, at least. I'd only do it if there was a really high collection overlap like there is right now. I even had the thumbnail on day one stream. It had a cobblestone minion, and that was me signaling like, yeah, I think I'll go for cobblestone minion. It's only while I was talking with Yaval that I had considered carrot minion as a reasonable possibility there. And for my struggles, I'm going to get rewarded with a decently high placement in the agricultural revolution. Probably not anything higher than a top 10%, because realistically people will also farm for their wheat minion. If anything, this is kind of a shortcut. I also don't know if cobblestone counts as an ore, because during the mining fiesta stuff, it counted as getting an ore for refined minerals. So maybe you've got a bunch of people going for cobblestone minion that are getting that. I mean, taking a look at the two of these, one of these seems to have far more progress than the other one. But cobblestone does take a while to break, so that makes sense that it would be a little worse off there. Nope, even with the carrot milestone level ups, we're not getting a lot of progress towards the garden level. Garden level is just really slow to progress in. I wonder, with my 4 contests claimed... Oh! Did they fix it? That doesn't make a ton of sense. How'd I get 18 contributions? I thought this was bugged. Because I have the 3 tickets from participation, and then the 15 tickets from the sower. So it's not bugged? I'm so confused. Maybe it's because I did bulk claim that it worked rather than individually claiming them one by one. I'll bring that up in Bingo Brewers later. I'm curious to see why I would be having something different from the norm there. Because everyone else is saying that their extra tickets that they get from other contests, they don't count. So, if that got patched, I think that's the only problem that I really have with Bingo right now, is that the community goal for farming Jacob's contest tickets was not working as it should have. And I am a little annoyed that they fixed the Golden Goblin must come from a goblin egg task there. but then they left that one unpatched when they fixed it. One thing that I've noticed early on with Skyblock's development cycle is if there's a problem with the game and it benefits players, that tends to get patched rather quickly. Reason being, at least in my head there, is that if you left a bug in the game that people got used to, it's a lot more apparent when you take that away from them. Like the Golden Goblin one. If that only worked for like one bingo and then they fixed it, I probably wouldn't be as upset that they fixed it. And then there's so many things, like even take a look at Minecraft, the base game itself, and how Mojang develops the game. The quasi connectivity of pistons on Java Edition there. That's something that they can't really take away without severely harming how redstone works for people. And so many other aspects of the game that are like bugs that get turned into features. Like there was an uproar about people, they moved slightly faster if you hold 2 keys to move diagonally. And that was used for like some parkour shenanigans there. But then there was a community uproar when you take away that feature that is like long ingrained into the player base there. Because they've come to accept and expect certain behaviors. Making something like a mascot like the creeper. It's really hard to change and redesign something that is like the core mascot of your game. I feel like Hytale may also fall into that trap if they leave stuff like the Quibbles, whatever they're called. That tends to be the like mascot figure that a lot of people have taken on for Hytale. And if that becomes something like brand iconography for the game, it's really hard to change something like that people have become familiar with. At least in a positive way, kind of familiar with there. So that's why a lot of the good things in the game get patched out, because they don't want people taking advantage of them. They don't want people to get too familiar with them. But it takes so long for these bad bugs, these like anti-quality of life features to get fixed in the game. And bingo especially gets the short end of the stick, because it doesn't feel like a focus of the developers anymore. We've been, I think it's going on 2 years now, without a special bingo. The last thing we got, I think, was the secret bingo. And it surely can't be that hard to run an extreme bingo of some sort. Just throw that in, have a bunch of extreme bingo tasks that can be randomized, and then just do that. Just please don't have it be something silly like spawn a diamond golden goblin or a diamond goblin. Please don't do that. But most of the bingo challenges that they've released for extreme bingo or secret bingo have been easier to do than a regular bingo card, because you have more time to do them and you have more tools to get that task accomplished. Yes, I had to take more time out of my day to complete an extreme bingo card, but I had more fun and I felt more relaxed in doing so there. And a lot of my high playtime cards, it's not because I'm doing the main task there. It's because, like, if Bingo Brewers puts out, like, a challenge task, I tend to do the challenge task for Bingo Brewers to get, like, an exclusive Discord role there. And then I'll, like, double or triple the normal amount of time on my play card just to get whatever that is accomplished and be one of the select few who completes whatever the challenge is there. It's been a while since we had one of those on Bingo Poohs as well, though. I think one of the first streams that I did here involved me doing one of those, so it's been within a year. But I think we're overdue for another one of them. And we might have something like a Bingo 48 challenge or something like that. Hmm. Well, we are over halfway done with carrot farming. Although my hand is turning a little bit numb right now from continually doing the same thing over and over again. I want to get that fly next time I come around. Get over here. They really invade my personal space here with how many flies I have to pick up. And one pest claimed and another one immediately spawning right afterwards. And it's another fly. If I get an enchanted hay bale before I get carrot RNG, I'm gonna be so sad. Like, those could be crickets. My suffering could be ending sooner. But instead, no, I have to consume fly instead. Hello? Hello? Excuse me? Don't want any of you. No. Just cycling out visitors so I have a chance of getting the Gold Forger or Librarian there. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything good from one Gold Forger, but two Gold Forgers should get me the next upgrade there. Oh, there's one Gold Forger. I did stash away a bunch of gold carrots specifically for this occasion. So the next crop upgrade for carrot requires 50. So unfortunately that's not the next gold forger would get me that. I have to do 2 more gold forgers. Uh-oh. I don't think that's happening before we finish the carrot collection here. And this is another instance of like, why are you rushing? You could just place the carrot minion down and manually get carrots that way. Or like automatically get carrots, you don't have to manual farm them. And if I wanted to draw out the duration of the bingo and have the lowest playtime here that I possibly could, that's what I would do. I'd do minion everything. But I'm doing manual things for both the entertainment of the stream, because it gives me something to do. Gives the stream a little bit more length there. Like, tomorrow is going to be a really short stream. because I've done everything else. The content of the stream is essentially going to boil down to how much of this minion task and this minion task do I manually want to do? Not much. Get this done, which is just like clicking a button. Do this, which is just fish one item. And then Golden Goblin. And Golden Goblin could be something that takes like I could get that pretty much immediately when the stream starts. After I do my mining commissions, if it's 10x goblins and I throw an egg, I could be done right then and there. But how that stream is going to work is I'm going to harvest as many eggs as I possibly can. And once I get done, once I get the 10x special goblin chance from Sky Mall, I'm going to dump all of my eggs all at once. And we're going to hope to get a golden goblin from that. And any spare eggs that I have left over, I'll transfer over to the Iron Man. This past month has been rough. I'm glad that I'm in a place where I can stream again now, and that I've been able to improve my stream a little bit more every single time. It's a nice outlet for me to be able to do things here. And I'm happy that people enjoy showing up and they return. Like Yuval here. Hey Yuval, how's bingo going for you? I know you said you wanted to get most of your card done yesterday. I hope that has gone over well. I mean, with 7 hours of playtime in right now, I feel like I'm pretty much done with my card here. I still need the Golden Goblin, but I feel like I've gotten most of what needs to be done completed. And I'm wrapping up the carrots right now on this stream. Trying to go for this T11 minion. And then I've got a little bit of collection in each of these tasks here. Not as much as I would like to at this point in the bingo, but so far it's not a cause for concern. It's just a reminder that I need to collect things a little more often. We are at 10 enchanted golden carrots. That means that we need only 6 more enchanted golden carrots, or 12 stacks of enchanted carrots. We should be done very soon. Definitely by the end of this Jacob's contest, we should have everything done. I think that's the realistic goal to aim for there. While you're farming, visitors tend to show up faster. But also the visitor duration, I think, is based off of your garden level. Or there's something that increases this, like, cooldown between visitors showing up there. But I think you get like 3x the speed by farming crops. Or maybe it's just 2x, I don't know. Looks like 3x. And then that next visitor has a chance of being someone who as something that we need. Be that a rare item to transfer over to the Iron Man, or heck, I'd even go for a Turbo Carrot book. Not really. I think I'm done. I don't need a Turbo Carrot book, but I'd at least be amused if a librarian shows up with one, compared to Turbo Mushroom for the upteenth time. I don't think that I need to collect pests either. Although technically it might reach a point where I need to have pests collected, given how quick the cooldown for pests showing up is these days. I could spend my copper on pest repellent, but then there's a chance that I miss out on the cricket pests. Imagine right at the end I get a cricket pest, and the cricket pest drops enchanted golden carrots that I don't even need. Alright, we have our second pest. We have one mosquito and one thing that was jumping. Is that a cricket? Or is that another locust? Lovely. It's another locust. When I wanted locusts, that other bingo that I was streaming, I think it was a few bingos ago, all I got was crickets. Now that I want crickets, all I'm getting is locusts. It's counterintuitive. Just the opposite of what I want. And it's all just by chance, too. I don't think that there's some magical funny variable that's like, we're collecting carrots, don't give them a carrot mob. But I have gotten an abnormal amount of locusts and flies this time around. Alright. We need 4 more enchanted golden carrots. And then we can be on our way. No more farming soon. Wish I could get cultivating on this hoe, and then I could see how many crops I've broken in total here. It's probably a lot. I wish we could get bits or something equivalent to that on the bingo profile here. Like, obviously, like, if I got a god potion from the bits shop, with how long it takes me to do each bingo, even without parrot pet or alchemy level upgrades, that god potion would last me the entire duration of bingo. So there obviously needs to be some limitations. Otherwise, people would just buy that and nothing else. But I want to be able to get some silly things. Like, I want to be able to get cultivating or champion on a weapon. I want to be able to buy Book of Stats and track the kills on some arbitrary weapon like my Dreadlord where I get a bunch of kills on it. But unfortunately, it's not meant to be. And the proof of how much effort I toil through each bingo will be these live streams and nothing else. That's what I miss about Raiders X being in the meta. Is I could transfer it over after each bingo and then would have the kill count on it. So I'd be able to be like, oh, I killed 10,000 things this bingo. Oh, in this bingo I killed 500 things. It'd be a nice way of tracking things there. And now we're down to 3 more enchanted golden carrots. We'll be there soon. I'm surprised though. I don't know where that other half stack of golden carrots went. I must have sold it somewhere. And given how many carrots I get for each row here, I should be nearly done. I'm just getting all of the different side drops here. Nope, no good visitor there. We'll check to see what their drops are at the end of this farming plot. Gives the carrots a little bit of a chance to grow. Well, I wonder what kind of pest that is. Probably not a cricket. Alright. Garden visitors. We have Jacob with nothing good for us. Can I pick up? I might actually be able to. Sure, why not? And an emissary with nothing good for us, but we'll leave the emissary there for now. And then the pest is a earthworm. I'm going to pretend that it doesn't exist. If I don't interact with the angry bean. Yeah, hello Stan. I have a mic. It's what I do. I sometimes talk. And now the mic should sound better and less like I'm next to a jet engine compared to before. I figured out a way to add a noise suppression filter to my microphone. But I might sound a little bit off, so. When I was listening to the stream earlier, I was pretty quiet, so I could bump up the volume for the next stream, but I'm not sure how to do that other than going in directly to OBS's settings and upping the volume of my mic there. I think it's already a little loud. We will see, though. It does have melons for my visitor. but I'm not going to claim the visitor. If I wanted to claim the visitor, I already have quite a few enchanted melons here. The only reason I would ever claim a visitor at this point that's not the Gold Forger is if it has something like an overgrown grass, and I have yet to see one this bingo. Now, the real argument for getting the pests there is, oh, it could have your dung dye. You could get a dye drop from them. Now, that I would consider. We are only 2 enchanted golden carrots away. Soon I will be free from my torment here. Well, to run through the card here, most of the things are pretty easy. There's not a ton of combat that you need to do that overlaps with Derpy. The main thing is the Slayer boss here, and you're going to want to prep a set of end armor for that. The 2 minion goals, Oak and String Collection, not that bad. T11 is a little bad to do now because they changed Wheat Minion. I'm just going to go for the Carrot T11 because I'm nearly there anyways. And we had 200k Carrot Collection, so already got most of the way there. And then the admins don't seem to know how to get rid of this goal on the cards. We've had this like 3 different bingos in a row here, and I hate it. I wish it was just spawn a golden goblin. Why does it have to be from the goblin egg? It's an arbitrary condition. I don't like it. Yeah, I can move you up, Yuval. Hey there, Yuval.
Hello?
Oh, you are quiet. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit more. There we go.
I actually thought I was very loud.
Well, I had you down at like 10%, so you are very loud, but relative to how high I had you, at like 10 out of 100 for most Discord users, you're pretty quiet.
Oh, I'll take that as a compliment, I guess.
You can take it as a compliment. I just had you really low before. You were louder before.
Figured.
So, how goes your bingo so far?
I'm missing oak, string, and goblin.
Oh, that's about where I'm going to be at for tomorrow's stream. I'm wrapping up the T11 minion now, and then I'll have oak, string,
Oh,
and the potion.
a potion. You got lucky with Sky Mall, did you?
Oh, well, I golden goblin as well. I haven't. I need to get that still.
That goal is annoying, to say the least.
I'm dedicating what is essentially one entire stream to it. It'll be doing all of the minion stuff at the start, and then the stream ends when I get golden goblin.
Are you ready to stream for 24 hours?
I see it's an RNG goal. It could be 24 hours. It could be 10 minutes. It could be.
It's how it's. If the game decides you get it early, then you get it early. If the game decides to make you wait 5 million years for it, then you wait 5 million years for it.
Yep, that's what I'm looking forward to here.
Looking forward is a big word.
Well, considering that it would be my only thing to do for that day, and that the alternative is that I play lots of M7 dungeons, I think I'll take the Golden
No.
Goblin over the dungeons there.
No. M7 poo poo.
Well, I actually have a chill party that I'm running with, and even though our runs are a little bit slow, it's nice to hang out with them. But I just get this fatigue doing dungeons. I can't explain it.
You don't have to. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Although that being said, I'm probably going to be doing M6 runs after I get done streaming.
After I got my Hyperion, I just No, dungeons bad.
Yeah.
That's no, the dungeon burnout is massive.
M7, yeah. Stan, I'm still not Kata 50. I need to get Kata 50 at some point.
No, you don't.
I'm falling behind in the leaderboards. I took like a huge break from playing any sort of Skyblock, and then I've gone down like 40 positions in the level leaderboard.
Oh wow, okay. I'm still not 400. When I get 400, my focus instantly just shifts to Terminator. Because it's a personal goal. I'm trying to get 400 without Terminator. So
Yeah.
most of the Kudra stuff is locked. Most of the dungeon stuff is also.
You might be able to get away with like M3 tank or something like that. I don't know what people do on M3s.
Yeah, I can do lower level master mode, I guess. Also, come on, is there no titanium here? That's depressing.
Yeah.
Dang. I thought there was gonna be more titanium.
Stan, I still have a bunch of lava fishing to do. I don't know if you're done with the lava fishing, because I know that you did a bunch of the hotspot stuff there. But if you need lava fishing groups, I would love to lava fish and get some Ragnaroks and Scuttlers out of the way. Just shoot me
Me
a
too.
Discord DM.
And he's shooting you a DM, but please shoot me a DM also, because I also need to get done lava fishing. Regardless, I'm not that efficient. I have like 8-8 or 7-8 odd, and it's not even the tier 3 one, but I have enough sea creature chance and enough fishing speed.
Yeah.
And why is there no titanium here? I don't want to beg for titanium.
No, you must. It's the bingo way. You must beg for titanium.
No, the bingo is stealing the titanium, which I do not condone.
Hey, what I do is I find somebody who's mining titanium and then I give them a look. I don't even ask. I just kind of like stare at them for a little bit. I go to break one of the ores. I stare at them for a little while longer. And then I take all of their titanium if they don't say anything. Typing is effort.
Okay, I found 2 titanium, so I'm gonna start begging.
Sweet. And this, my T11 minion. There we go. So there are a couple of cleanup things that I'm going to do before ending off the stream here. First off, I want to do the experimentation table. See if I get another guardian pet or something.
Oh, there's a guy in the van. There's a guy in the van.
Oh, you know, I was joking when I said get another guardian pet, but... Okay, 2 guardian pets. Let's go.
I had one and I skipped it because why? It just
Oh, I'm transferring these over to the Iron Man profile there.
that's base. After I'm done, it's like I'm getting to Heart of the Mountain 4, and then I'm just Sky Mall and checking the fuck. Guess which commission I got?
Golden Goblin.
No.
Oh.
Nice. Golden Goblin is event one. I don't have not an event commission.
Goblin Raid? I don't know what would give you that negative reaction. Oh. Nah, 250 Mithril isn't that bad. I just pick Obulist it. 350?
350.
Yeah, 350 is not that bad. I would just pick Obulist it, but then pick Obulist it a little more.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Doesn't make it any less bad. Like, I get Heart of the Mountain 4, I pick up Sky Mall, and then I immediately go over to my main and start leveling pets.
Yeah.
Because I'm not maxed out like you are. I actually need this therapy. I have some pets to level.
Yeah. I mean, if I had
Even
any
if I can
pets I
get
needed to level, I'd just mineshaft.
mineshaft, I usually do commissions.
Well, if I do commissions leading up to getting a mineshaft, like the Glaciate Tunnels commissions, that's the
Yeah,
fastest way to level up pets.
exactly. I mean, isn't I believe flares could be faster, but
No. I
I
think
do
that,
not have the time or energy or gear or will to do flares.
yeah.
We should all be ashamed at ourselves. No, you.
Are Scuttlers only 350 now?
Hmm?
For the... I saw Stan's chat message now. Did Scuttler bestiary requirement get reduced? Am I saved? Because Scuttlers were really bad.
What the hell is a scuttler?
That's the fiery thing, the fiery Scuttler in the Nether. It's the hotspot sea
Oh,
creature.
I haven't done lava fishing since the update, so I don't know what the hell that is.
It's really annoying because it dies instantly if the spawner spam kills it, and it's hard to get loot share on. That's been my experience with them, at least. 400. Okay, so it hasn't changed. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they did change the mithril columns. It is 350 and not 500, like how all of the other bingos before this. That's why I say 350 is easy, because I'm used to 500.
What did you just say?
The mithril commission used to require you to
Oh,
get
that, yes.
500.
Yeah, that wasn't 500 mithril. It was actually fine. My problem was having the 350 mithril commissions as the constant ones.
But
That
they're
was not fine
not constant.
anymore.
Hub 23
That was
splash.
periodic. Hello. Hi.
Everybody in the corner.
Please just give me more titanium commissions.
I'm level 26. I'm not the highest level on bingo, but I'm pretty high.
Apparently I'm 29. I don't know.
Oh, you're higher than I
Maybe
am.
Slayer. Yeah, I don't know. Also, you got the Slayer carry, right? I don't need to
Yeah.
worry about that.
Yeah, no, I got the Slayer carry. I got someone to help me towards the start of the stream.
Okay, good.
So, Jacob tickets, they might be fixed, or the solution might be to bulk claim. Because I got all tickets contributed here for when I bulk claimed.
What do you mean?
Contribution.
Tickets? Yeah, you got 18 contributions.
Yeah, but I've only done 4 contests. I got silver in one of the other ones.
If you got silver in one of them,
That would be
so you
15
just-
tickets. But people were
Yes.
telling me that the hard day's work here is bugged, and that it was only counting
not
participation.
In my experience, it's not bugged.
I think the contribution is bugged. Is fine, like you'll get your participation and your ranking there, but the total progress bar,
Oh, that might.
that I think is what's bugged.
I think
I did a little bit more thinking on that.
Farming update? No, pre-farming update. The latest one, I don't remember which one was it. Oh, Heart of the Mountain Tier 4. Oh, thank God.
Good for you. Have you been doing a bunch of extra mining commissions to get that? How'd you get that?
I did additional commissions.
Okay.
Yesterday. But not that many. Like, in total, okay, no, I did do that many. I have 18.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Because I'm about 6K away. it'd be pretty easy for me to get T4 off of just a couple more commissions or doing some events there. But I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow and save everything for tomorrow's stream there. So the plan tomorrow
Okay.
is gonna be Golden Goblin Egg is gonna be the main priority, and then I might do a little bit of manual Arachne just to see how it goes. And then setting up my minions, making sure they have all the cheese that they would need for the rest of the event. That being said, today's stream is over. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Sorry that right as you get here, Yaval, and right as Stan gets here, that the stream is ending. But for all of the VOD watchers who've made it this far to the end of the stream, I appreciate you for showing up. If you want to be notified of future streams, you can subscribe with that bell on, or join the Discord down below to get notified of all the future streams. Thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, like and
I had to do it.
do all the things. Thank you, Yuva. I'll see you
Yes.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.
This guy is not